When you first visit Japan, one of the first things you notice is how polite and orderly everything feels. People bow to each other, trains run quietly, and there is a calm sense of respect everywhere. But behind this politeness lies something deeper, a set of unspoken cultural rules that guide almost every social interaction. These are the hidden rules of Japanese etiquette. They are not written down anywhere, and many foreigners never realize they exist. Yet for the Japanese, following these rules is a natural part of life, a way to show respect, harmony, and awareness of others. Today, we will explore these hidden rules and discover what they reveal about Japan's way of life. Let us begin with the first and perhaps most visible rule, the art of bowing. In Japan, bowing is not just a greeting, it is a language of its own. There are many kinds of bows: a short nod for casual encounters, a deeper bow for formal situations, and an even longer one to express apology or deep gratitude. When people bow, they are not simply showing manners, they are communicating respect. The depth and duration of the bow reflect the relationship between the people involved. Even when saying thank you or sorry, a slight bow accompanies the words. This physical gesture reinforces sincerity. For visitors, a simple polite bow is always appreciated, but the real beauty lies in understanding that bowing in Japan is not about status, it is about connection. It shows that you recognize another person's presence and value them. Now let us move to another important rule: silence. In Japan, silence is golden. It is not awkward or uncomfortable as it might be in other cultures. It is respected. In trains, restaurants, and even elevators, people keep their voices low. Talking loudly in public is considered inconsiderate. On trains, people rarely take phone calls. Many switch their phones to silent mode and use them quietly. There are even announcements asking passengers to avoid speaking on mobile phones. This culture of quiet reflects a larger idea in Japan: awareness of others, called maiwei kuo keikanai, which means do not cause trouble to others. Being loud or disruptive draws attention and creates discomfort, which is something people try to avoid. So when you ride a Japanese train and notice how peaceful it feels, remember it is not just about rules, it is about respect. Another hidden rule is the careful use of shoes. In Japan, shoes are seen as dirty because they touch the ground outside. So whenever you enter a home, a traditional restaurant, a temple, or even some schools and offices, you must remove your shoes. There is usually a small area called a jenkin near the entrance, where you take off your shoes and put on slippers provided by the host. It may seem like a small thing, but this ritual is deeply symbolic. It marks the transition between the outside world and the clean, private interior. It shows mindfulness and respect for the space you are entering. If you see separate slippers for the bathroom, that is another layer of cleanliness, a reminder that even small spaces deserve care and separation. Now let us talk about gift giving. In Japan, giving and receiving gifts is a beautiful tradition, one filled with etiquette. Gifts are not about their price, they are about thoughtfulness and timing. When visiting someone's home or returning from a trip, it is common to bring a small souvenir or homage. These are often carefully wrapped sweets or local specialties. The wrapping itself is as important as the gift because presentation shows respect for the receiver. When giving a gift, you present it with both hands and often say something modest like, "It is not much, but please accept this." When receiving a gift, you also take it with both hands and express gratitude. It is polite to wait before opening it, as doing so immediately might seem greedy. This ritual of giving and receiving is not about the item itself, it is about appreciation, humility, and maintaining harmony in relationships. Next, there is the rule of no tipping in Japan. Tipping is not practiced. In fact, it can be seen as rude. Service workers take pride in doing their jobs well, and good service is considered the standard, not something extra. If you leave money on a restaurant table, the staff will often chase you down to return it, thinking you forgot it. Instead of tipping, gratitude is shown through words. Saying thank you sincerely is more meaningful than money. This mindset reflects Japan's strong sense of duty and honor in work, called jiri. Another unspoken rule is queuing or lining up. In Japan, people line up for everything: trains, buses, elevators, even at convenience stores. There is rarely pushing or cutting in line. This sense of order reflects the collective mindset of Japanese society. Everyone understands that following the rules keeps things fair and smooth for everyone. Even at train stations, you will notice lines painted on the platform showing where to stand. People wait patiently, and when the train arrives, they board in an orderly fashion. It is simple, yet it shows a deep respect for time, space, and community. Now let us explore table manners, one of the most detailed areas of Japanese etiquette. When eating, there are many small but important customs. You begin every meal by saying itadakimasu, which means I humbly receive. It expresses gratitude for the food and the people who prepared it. At the end of the meal, you say go kisasama deshita, meaning thank you for the meal. This phrase acknowledges effort and appreciation. Chopsticks or hashi have many rules too. Never stick chopsticks upright into a bowl of rice. This resembles a funeral ritual. Never pass food directly from one pair of chopsticks to another, as this also relates to funerals. When resting chopsticks, place them on a holder or across your bowl, not directly on the table. Eating quietly is also considered polite. Slurping noodles is acceptable because it shows enjoyment, but talking with food in your mouth or making loud chewing sounds is not. Every small action at the table reflects the same value: respect. Respect for the food, for the people around you, and for the moment itself. One more fascinating rule involves public cleanliness. As you already know, Japan is remarkably clean, even with few trash cans. This is because people take their waste home and dispose of it properly, but it also ties into etiquette. Eating while walking in public is often discouraged because it can cause spills or disturb others. It is considered more polite to eat in designated areas. Even after festivals or sports events, people clean up their surroundings before leaving. This sense of shared responsibility is another form of respect for space, for community, and for those who come after you. There are also rules of humility that shape how people communicate in Japan. Being modest is more valued than being assertive. People often downplay their achievements and avoid boasting. Compliments are accepted with humility, sometimes even with gentle denial. For example, if someone praises your Japanese skills, you might respond, "No, I still have much to learn," rather than simply saying thank you. This modesty keeps conversations comfortable and prevents anyone from feeling inferior or uncomfortable. It maintains the social balance known as wa harmony. Now let us talk about nonverbal communication. Japanese etiquette goes beyond words. Facial expressions, gestures, and tone all play important roles. For instance, direct eye contact can feel too strong or confrontational, especially in formal settings. A softer gaze shows respect. When handing objects such as money, business cards, or documents, both hands are used. This small gesture shows care and attentiveness. Even when disagreeing, Japanese people often use indirect language to avoid confrontation. Instead of saying no, they may say it might be difficult or we will think about it. These phrases maintain politeness and avoid embarrassment. To outsiders, it may seem vague, but in Japan, it is a graceful way to communicate honesty with respect. All of these hidden rules, bowing, silence, cleanliness, humility, and respect, come from a single principle that defines Japanese culture: awareness of others. Every action is guided by how it affects the people around you. This awareness is known as omoyari, the ability to sense others' needs and feelings without being told. It is the foundation of Japan's social harmony. For visitors, understanding these rules is not about perfection. It is about effort and appreciation. Japanese people know that foreigners may not be familiar with every custom, but they deeply respect those who try. So even a small bow, a quiet thank you, or removing your shoes correctly can leave a lasting positive impression. Following these unspoken rules allows you to experience Japan not as an outsider, but as someone who understands its values. At its heart, Japanese etiquette is not a set of restrictions. It is a philosophy of kindness. It teaches that respect is not shown only through words, but through every small action. It is about living mindfully aware of space, of sound, of others. That is why Japan feels so peaceful, because everyone contributes to that peace. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about Japan's hidden etiquette rules, make sure to subscribe for more fascinating insights into Japanese culture, lifestyle, and the art of living with respect. And tell us in the comments which of these rules surprised you the most.